opportunities for growth and understanding. The first step, my friend, is to go to the source of all wisdom, God. When facing conflict, pause and seek God's guidance. Prayer is our lifeline. Ask Him to open your eyes, soften your heart, and give you the words to speak in love. Remember, a gentle answer turns away wrath, but a harsh word stirs up anger. Now, patience. Oh, it's a virtue, isn't it? And sometimes it's hard to come by. But let me tell you, when it comes to dealing with difficult people, patience is not just a virtue, it's a lifeline. It's the bridge between a difficult situation and a peaceful resolution. Think about God's patience with us. The Bible tells us in 2 Peter 3:9, "The Lord is not slow in keeping His promise, as some understand slowness. Instead, He is patient with you, not wanting anyone to perish, but everyone to come to repentance." If God can be so patient with us, surely we can extend that same grace to others. Patience means choosing to pause before reacting, to take a deep breath and ask God for guidance before speaking or acting. It means resisting the urge to interrupt, to judge, or to fire back with a harsh response. We have a choice in those moments. We can react with our human emotions, or we can respond with God's love and patience. And remember, patience isn't about waiting passively for things to change. It's about actively choosing to respond with grace and understanding, even when it's hard. As Proverbs 14:29 reminds us, "Whoever is patient has great understanding, but one who is quick-tempered displays folly." It's easy to let anger dictate our actions, but responding with anger only fans the flames of conflict. Instead, let's choose a different path, paved with love and kindness. Romans 12:18 reminds us, "Live at peace with everyone." Love is the language everyone understands. Create a space for empathy and compassion to flow. Chapter 4. Listen actively. In a world filled with noise, true listening is rare. It's the foundation of healthy communication. Active listening means understanding the other person's perspective. Pay attention to tone, body language, and emotion. Seek to understand their pain and frustrations. Create space for empathy and connection. Chapter 5. Set boundaries with grace. Setting boundaries. It's something many of us struggle with, isn't it? We want to be loving and kind, but we also need to protect our own well-being. And let me tell you, setting healthy boundaries is not selfish. It's an act of self-love. It's about honoring our own needs and limits while still treating others with respect. When you're dealing with a difficult person, it's especially important to establish clear boundaries. This might mean saying no to unreasonable requests, limiting contact if necessary, or walking away from conversations that become disrespectful or unproductive. But remember, even when setting boundaries, we can do so with grace. Proverbs 4:23 reminds us to protecting our peace is important, but so is preserving the relationship. Forgiveness is also an essential part of setting boundaries. Matthew 18:15-17 gives us a framework for addressing wrongs, but it also emphasizes forgiveness. Holding on to anger and resentment only hurts us in the long run. Forgiveness doesn't excuse the other person's behavior, but it frees us from the burden of carrying that hurt. Chapter 6. Focus on solutions, not blame. It's easy to get caught up in the blame game, but that blame game, it's a dead end. Let's shift our focus to finding solutions. Approach conflict as partners working together. Listen, compromise, and let go of the need to be right. Conflict is about understanding and finding a way forward together. Chapter 7. Trust God's timing. Trusting God's timing is tough. We want things on our timetable. But sometimes, despite our best efforts, conflicts linger. It's in those moments we need to surrender to God. Romans 8:28 reassures us, God works for the good of those who love Him. Even when it hurts, trust that God is working behind the scenes. Surrendering means letting go of control. Trust that He knows what's best, even when it doesn't make sense. Waiting on God brings peace, knowing He is in control. Chapter 8. Reflect and grow. Every experience, no matter how challenging, holds the seeds of growth. Conflict is no exception. Reflect on what you learned and how you handled it. Write down your thoughts, talk to a friend, or pray. Reflection brings clarity and growth. Be grateful for the lessons and opportunities. Embrace challenges to become more like Christ. Outrow finding peace in the midst of conflict. Dealing with difficult people and navigating conflict is never easy. It can be draining, it can be hurtful, and it can test our patience like nothing else. But let me tell you, with God's wisdom and patience, those difficult encounters can become opportunities for us to reflect His love and grace. They become opportunities for us to grow in our faith, to strengthen our relationships, and to become peacemakers in a world that desperately needs it. So the next time you find yourself face to face with a challenging person or situation, remember to pause, to pray, and to seek God's guidance. Respond with love and kindness, even when it's hard. Listen with the intent to understand and be willing to forgive. And never forget the words of Jesus. Blessed are the peacemakers, for they will be called children of God. Matthew 5, verse 9. Let us be peacemakers, my friend, reflecting God's love in every interaction, in every situation. By His grace, we can find peace, even in the midst of conflict.